Hello, everybody. My name is Lauren Hall. Welcome back to Stone by Stone. We are here joined by the head coach of the women's Edgewater Castle soccer team, Emma Woodley.
Hey.
Everybody should clap now. Yay. I'm so excited you're here.
I know. It's fun.
We haven't seen each other since the summer.
Yeah.
Well, we've crossed paths in the soccer world because, as we all know, the soccer world
Yep.
in Chicago is very, very small.
Yes.
There are just so many questions I want to ask you right now. Some of these things I do know already just from our time working together. But I just wanted to start all the way back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. If you can remember playing soccer yourself.
Yes.
I know you're still kicking the ball around, as am I.
Barely.
But tell me about where you grew up, where you're from. Did you play club soccer, etc.? Let's just go over your experience as a player.
So I grew up in Colorado. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I was going to say, I don't think we've talked about this. I grew up in Colorado. I grew up right outside of Denver in Aurora, Colorado.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day.
I know.
Okay.
Yep. So I played club soccer, played for my high school team, Grandview High School. Shout out. It's a big school, actually.
Go Grandview.
Wolves. So I played club soccer in Colorado and wasn't really sure. I mean, I loved soccer. I was soccer girl all the way. My bedroom.
Ball is life.
Yeah, literally. And so then, coming out to school, I actually didn't know where I wanted to go. I had no idea what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, or anything like that. So I ended up in Chicago, being recruited at North Park, and yeah. That's how we ended up here. And my whole family's here now, but it kind of started with, so my family is from Chicago. My dad's family is from Chicago. And so I always knew North Park existed.
Chicago proper or the suburbs of Chicago?
No, he grew up in Chicago. He lived on the same street that I live in now. Yeah. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, right across the street from North Park. So I had family connections to North Park, which is why I didn't really want to go, and then ended up at North Park when I just kind of didn't really know what I wanted to do. And yeah, had a great experience and just never left.
What the heck? I had no idea about any of that.
I know.
It's crazy. I remember I played for a elite soccer club growing up, and we always played against Colorado, Rush and a bunch of other clubs. Mm-hmm. And it was always very intense, and I have no idea what they were feeding you guys there because everybody was always huge.
Well, not me, but yes.
That's true. That's true. I just feel like everybody was just
yeah. No, yeah. Yeah. The soccer in Colorado and youth soccer in Colorado, even back then, was really competitive and intense, and it's actually gotten, I think, a lot better too. You look at some of the girls at the national level, a lot of them are from Colorado.
I know.
Yeah. And so the soccer is really good there. And now I think the main one is Colorado Rapids. They've just kind of, the MLS feeder teams, they've kind of...
I feel so old and out of touch for all of the club soccer now.
It's changed so much. But Rush was a huge one that we used to play. I was Colorado Storm, which is a huge one. And so
lots of weather going on there. Rapids, Rush.
Yeah, Rapids, Storm. You're so right. I never thought about that.
It's just the elements.
Yeah.
It's very Colorado.
Yeah, very Colorado.
So you ended up in Chicago, of course. At our young ages, we're I don't want to go anywhere near where my family's been. I want to get out. I don't want to be connected to anybody.
Yeah.
And then what made you decide on North Park?
I think it was just, I was planning to, I didn't do much research. Recruiting is work, and it always has been work. It's changed a lot since you and I were going to school, but even now, recruiting is work, and you have to put in the work, and I just didn't do any of that. And so I was under the false assumption that a lot of players are now. I'm well, they'll find me, and as a coach now, I'm laughing because no, I have to know you exist. And so I did nothing. I didn't want to think about college. I just didn't do anything. So I planned to go to a school in Colorado, UNC Colorado, and try and play club or whatever. And then I just last minute was guess I'll go to this school. I called the coach, I want to say like June or July, which again, me now being a coach, like
you're like, I would kill you.
Yeah. Like I have graduation cards from high school that say like, good luck at Northern Colorado.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And then I just decided I want to come to Chicago for something different. And my freshman year, I actually didn't like it that much because I missed my family a lot. And then, yeah, I just found my place. And my sister came here, then my brother came here, and now my parents live here.
That's crazy.
So we just are all here.
Do you think about the butterfly effect?
Yeah.
And those small decisions that you end up making in your life that like, in those moments, you're like, oh my God, I hope I'm making the right decision. And like, we obviously are going to learn more about your story right now. And like, all of that North Park and being in Chicago has brought you. Yeah. Did you meet your husband?
At North Park.
At North Park?
Which his story to getting to North Park is also weird too. Like, again, I just was like, nah, I'll go there. Like, it just was so weird.
Something was pulling you there.
Yeah, absolutely. So I felt, I'm very happy I ended up.
Yeah, I am
there.
too.
You know, it was the right decision, but not something I, however old I was, 17-year-old, I did not think that much about.
The power they put into that, our hands at that age is crazy.
It is.
So you said you didn't know what you wanted to do.
Yep.
What did you end up studying?
I studied business, but even coming to that was a very, again, future thinking was I just didn't know. Yeah, it was very
business
much like that. Like, I just was like, I guess everything's a business. And so kind of fell into it. And then everything, I mean, there's no powerful decision making that happened here. I was kind of like, yeah. And I graduated. My coach kind of presented me, was like, yeah, I mean, you could be the GA when you graduate if you want. And I was like, sure. So even kind of landed coaching in that way as well. So
that was my next question.
Yeah.
How did you get into coaching?
Stumbling into it.
Did you want to before that? Or was it just did your coach see those leadership qualities in you, do you think? Or were you getting your master's? What was...
Yeah, I mean, it was a combination of all of it. My coach, but also, I was voted team captain, and I was one of those team captains. I didn't know that people saw me that way, and I just was like, okay. And then
that's very Emma coded, by the way.
And then after I, once I kind of stumbled into, as I said before, the GA spot, and my coach must have seen something, or at least I think he was really trying to just help me figure out what I wanted to do. Yeah, once I became the GA, that's when I really was like, wait, I really like this. This is fun. And I mean, I had done some small kid stuff at camps. We ran a camp at North Park and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
But nothing.
Those youth camps that you do during the summer because you have nothing better to do.
Right. Exactly. So it was never I'm going to be a coach. This is what I'm going to do. I think looking back and even who I was when I was in kindergarten, I've just always been obsessed with soccer, first of all, but also I'm just kind of a natural leader. I want to take charge, I suppose. I'm not calling myself. It's more taking charge of
what's your sign?
Cancer.
Oh, I think you would be a Leo. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Cut that. Didn't go to where I wanted it to go. I do think I've had this conversation with so many people, not to toot my own horn. Yeah. I think you are either born with those leadership qualities. Yeah. It's very hard to teach those things. Yeah. To have the ability to be comfortable in charge, but also for people to gravitate towards you. Yeah. That's I think that's just a God-given talent.
Absolutely. I think that's something that you have it or you don't, and what you do with it is the most important thing. There's a lot of people that take advantage of some of those qualities. So
I'm not even going to go there.
Yeah. I mean, we probably all have too in our own way. I bossed my siblings around my whole life. So
are you the older sibling?
Yeah. So there's probably been moments where I've taken advantage of it. But I do think that, once I became a GA and then started doing some club coaching and, I just started really loving it. So
from there, you just stuck with it. You liked it, I assume.
Yeah.
Tell us about your coaching philosophy, because a quick backstory, Emma, when she took over our team last season, we had a start of season meeting where we just brought everybody in and you kind of just gave everybody an overview of your coaching philosophy, what to expect. And would you mind sharing that?
Yeah.
Just like quick overview of like big points.
I was kind of thinking about it a little bit on the way over too. Just like, how I would summarize myself and, some differences in the teams that I coach and, all that fun stuff. And I started thinking, I'm like, I really am kind of the same coach no matter where I'm coaching, whether it's North Park, Edgewater, or, little kids. I really believe in the whole reason we're doing this is relationships. And so that doesn't mean that we are to just like be kumbaya all the time and, hold hands and run around. Like there's power to, you can still be in a good relationship and hold people accountable and, be stern and intense and all that kind of stuff. But I would say that really what I'm doing it because I love the relationship piece of it. But I'm also really competitive, so I want to win. And, I think that I try and find the balance between the two of forming relationships with players and coaches, but also maintaining a high level and being competitive. Yeah, also just like having joy in this game and what we do. So I really value just making sure that everyone is having a good time and that
you can say it. Fun. Fun.
Yeah. Fun. Making sure that we have fun. And so at every level that means a different thing, right? So at Edgewater it's different types of fun, I suppose, yes. Or it means a different thing than it does even for the college girls. And then, like I said, coaching youth soccer. So really just making sure that everyone is kind of in a good place. Yeah, I think that kind of summarizes it.
I mean, yeah, I think like a thing that people really do forget in coaching is that relationship building.
Yeah.
Because we are so often in these competitive environments within our clubs, within our college teams where like you are pitted against each other. Yeah. So it's like really, really difficult to not let that get out of hand and like things just go haywire. Yeah. And women, there's a lot to go on there as well, an added element. Men like beat each other up and then move on. Women like will never forget that one comment you made about that bad touch that I had on Tuesday at 6:20 p.m. Like it's crazy. But I think it showed so much by the end of the season, like how close we all were.
Yeah.
And like we were spending 2 days a week with each other.
Yeah.
And games.
Yeah.
And literally spanning from 16, 17, 18 years old to 31.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's crazy. And completely different. I mean, all over the board of where they've come from and schools and not. Some people didn't play college soccer. Like all over the place.
It's crazy.
It is crazy.
It blows my mind how close everybody became in such a short period of time. And I think that definitely like speaks to your ability to bring everybody together. And even when we were juggling all of our tough schedules and people couldn't be there all the time, I felt the camaraderie was very much there.
Yeah. I mean, I felt it too. And that was, I think, the reason we were able to find a lot of success.
100%. I think it's hard to get a summer team all on the same page with all those differences. So I think that's why like you're such a great fit for Edgewater, especially in like a city with so many diverse backgrounds.
Right.
Speaking of our club as a whole, how did you find Edgewater? How did Edgewater find you?
I actually still remember I was babysitting my cousin's daughter 2 years ago.
Okay.
And we were at a splash pad. And I got a text and it was like...
This is before you had your own child?
This is before I had my own child. So this is 2023, I think. And we were at a splash pad and I got a text and it was like, do you want to coach Edgewater? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I didn't know what it was. Well, I knew a little bit about what it was, but I didn't know much. So...
I had no idea what I was stepping into when I joined either.
No, like I was kind of like, okay, I still, like, I laugh. Now I kind of understand the scope of it, but I always said, like, I'll show up and coach. I don't know what we're going for. Like, what are we trying to win here? What league are we in? That was 2023.
I understand.
Now 2025.
I quite literally was in that same exact position. I had no clue.
No.
I was thinking this was like a Sunday afternoon beer league.
Yeah.
And I'm suddenly traveling in a bus.
Right. But for me, so when I came, everyone was so skeptical because of just stuff in the background.
Yeah.
And so everyone was kind of like I got thrown into this where people are like asking questions like, you know, because everyone just had a lot of
trauma
feelings.
Dumping.
Yeah, a lot of trauma dump.
On you.
And I was like, okay, I see, I hear you.
Yeah.
Like, I hear that there's stuff. So let's kind of work through this. So there was just a lot, and it was really kind of comical, but fun. I mean, to step into it, because I was just like, yeah, I'll coach this team. And then I was like, all right, well, we need to like kind of have some fun here. Like something's going on.
Yeah.
But also it was a little refreshing to kind of just show up and coach a team that I don't even know what we're going for. We're just like, we'll win games.
Yeah.
And, you know, just keep winning. And then whatever we're trying to win will find us. But, you know, and that year was good. Like not as good as, you know, 2025 or whatever. But that's how I first started coaching.
So someone put your name in the hat.
Yeah. And so I think like I have had crossover with Andrew before. And actually I knew couple of the former coaches from founding, you know, from some of the founding teams.
Yeah.
You know, I know Natalie. There was a lot of like crossover.
Yeah.
So somehow my name got thrown in there and I was like, okay, I mean, yeah. So, and for me, like I initially just treated this as a way to like stay in coaching, because for college coaches, we don't really do much well, we do a lot of coaching in the spring, but like you don't coach like competitive games specifically for Division 3 since basically November. So like you coach August through November, and then it's like, okay, see you next August. You know, of course we do.
So this is your off season. You're still employed by North Park.
Yeah.
You're doing your recruiting. You're doing all the admin and all of the off season training.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah.
I hate off season training. You could kill us.
It's
no
very,
one cares. Because we don't have any games.
No, yeah.
I just got PTSD from college soccer. Sorry.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect timing for you.
Yeah. So it's good.
This is great. So for anybody who does not know, the first time, I think this must have been actually my first season as well. I think.
Yeah. Must have been.
And Emma joined maybe
mid-season,
but right when we started playing games.
Yeah.
We'd been training for a while. And the second Emma walked in was so much confidence. And we're like, who is this woman? But I personally have had so many traumatic coaching experiences. It was like something switched in me the second that like we met you, and I had like literally one training session with you, and I was like, oh my God, this is like it. It was fun. It was competitive. It was, you were holding everybody super accountable, and you didn't even know us.
Yeah.
But like everybody instantly, like you had their respect.
Yeah.
And it was very clear, like there was a complete shift change.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit. Emma has us for the rest of the season. And then what happens?
And
Emma?
then I get pregnant. Yeah. So then I was not around for a year.
So you're pregnant.
Yeah.
You have your child.
Yes.
Zeke.
Yes.
Baby Zeke.
Yes.
You're coaching for North Park.
Yeah.
And you're coaching for Edgewater Castle in the off season.
Yes.
How do you balance all of these things?
Yeah. I mean, it's not easy.
She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
As her
I'm
eye
still
twitches.
wondering. 5 cups of coffee a day. No, I'm just kidding. Kind of. No, it's a lot, but they're all like things I love to do. And I think that the thing with coaching, and specifically coaching for the 2 different, clubs, college, whatever you want to call it.
Programs.
Yeah, programs.
There
the
it
2
is.
different programs that I do is there's high season and off season, and so there's busy season and whatever. And so it really like pays off in the sense that, I'm so busy August to November, but then, like I get to spend a lot more time with him in right now, like in the holiday season. I don't have to, jump through hoops to get time off with him during that time. And then even Edgewater over the summer, it can get really busy, but at the same time, like there's still a lot of moments that I'm able to, and I keep him involved. Like he comes to a lot of my North Park practices. He would come to Edgewater, but it's at what time? Like 8 p.m.
to like 10:30
yeah,
p.m.
I put him to bed. I hang out. I watch TV, and then I'm like, all right, gotta go.
No, hubby can take care of him at that time. It's fine.
Yes. So, no, I mean, I try and keep him involved as much as I can, have him come to as much stuff as possible. And then also, like, my husband is, a huge reason why I'm able to do all of this stuff because he's super dad. I was just gone for 10 days and I had no, worry at all that he was able to take care of him. So, and my family, I can't, not mention them.
Your whole family's here.
They're all here, yeah. And so I have a lot of help, a lot of support, but all the things I love to do, so it's worth it.
I mean, I cannot tell you how much you have inspired me personally to like show me that I can do everything that I want to do with like my life and my career and my family. Yeah. So it's very inspiring to watch you do it and do it with such grace too.
Yeah. We just do it.
You just do it.
You have to. You don't have a choice.
For real. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about our latest season and how great we did.
Champions. Sneak peek.
8 years ago, we were just an idea, a distant dream for togetherness, joy, and triumph. We did not inherit a dynasty. We did not arrive with airdropped riches and fanfare. We began with a foundation of belief and a shared commitment to build something. Something authentic, something necessary. We're building this club the only way we know how. Stone by stone, brick by brick, goal after goal after goal. Now the foundation is set. The structure's sound. We can hear the music of the side streets and the rhythm of Lake Michigan as we give our community more Chicago to root for. Which is why we're proud to announce, for the 2026 season, Edgewater Castle Football Club officially enters the national stage, USL League 2 and USLW League. We built together. Now we climb together. Onward and upward, always.
Hello, welcome back to Stone by Stone. This is Lauren Hall again and Emma Woodley. We're just going to jump right in.
Yes.
Let's talk about the best season Edgewater Castle has had.
Yeah.
Ever.
As
a entire club, by the way. How was it? I mean, where do we even begin? How did you approach this season?
Yeah.
Starting straight from the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about it a little bit. You brought us all in as a group and gave us your overview and your coaching philosophy. Like, what was your approach?
My approach, so it started last year, basically, right before tryouts. So the whole reason I brought everyone in was to just make sure, and I said this before, like I run things very similar to the way I do my college program, but also it is naturally just extremely different in just by nature of the two programs and what they are. But I still wanted to bring that element of structure and clarity to the club. Because I feel like that, especially for women, I think that goes really well for everyone to just know what's expected of them, what's the plan. Like everyone just wants to know like what are we doing and what's your plan and how are we going to play and all
so
that
many
kind of
questions.
So I just wanted to lay everything out from the very beginning. My approach with the team was really to, number one was priority was just bring joy back into the team. And naturally too, I think that with these summer teams and summer leagues and attracting former college players, but also current college players, acknowledging that this is going to be a really big, important thing that we do over the summer. But for many players, this is not their only thing. And even like you and a lot of the other girls, they have full-time jobs. And so meeting people a little bit where they're at. And so my approach was, let's make this intense. Let's make this fun. Let's require a lot, but also let's not stress people out from this thing. Like, let's make sure they're having fun here because they don't have to do this.
Yeah.
And so I think that more than anything else, any of the X's and O's, it was just making sure that we acknowledge that, like, this is a big deal. This club is a big deal. Everything we're doing is a big deal, but it's also not the only thing that is happening in these people's lives.
Yeah, that's hard. You're asking for a big commitment.
Yeah.
From physically being there, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah.
While also juggling so many things.
Right.
And I think, like, automatically, again, from what we were talking about earlier, you gain that respect from everybody because you're literally simultaneously doing that with us.
Yeah.
So, you've mentioned a few times in interviews that I've read, I've been reading about you, that you knew that this team was special.
Yeah.
Did you mean that?
I did. Because like I said before, I just kind of stumbled into this. And then what really got me hooked was just the people that were here and the commitment. And, you know, all of you guys were crazy good soccer players, but also just loved each other. And I was like, how long have you guys known each other? You know, like, it felt like this place that everyone, like, has known each other forever. And you don't. Like, you barely knew half of these girls or had just met them. And that was 2023. And so in 2025, like, there's some of you guys that were OGs that have, been around for a long time. But then, you know, a lot of the players that you became really close with are brand new. And that was kind of the whole hope, is that we can create that vibe of, like, yeah, we are a united team. Because I think a lot of summer teams or teams in, you know, clubs, whatever, that run in kind of similar seasons, they just treat it as like, this is your training, you show up, you do this, and you leave. But I think one thing that is special about us is that, you know, we're not just that. It's not just about training. It's about
it's not like just getting touches in between the important stuff.
Right. And that's the whole thing. And I think that is because of you all, the players, and especially the ones that have been around a long time like yourself. And also even the staff. From the top down, the owners and, you know, everybody that works in front office really just love this club and are so, like, love this club.
I know.
And that is something that is very... It's very infectious to people.
Yeah.
So, you know, no one wants to be a part of something that nobody cares about or doesn't invest time into. And so people within the Edgewater Castle, entire organization, just work really hard for this organization. And which is why when we first joined, like yourself, we're, like, confused. We're like, what is this club?
It's so funny because I, of course, had never heard of it before, and I was newly in Chicago, in the Chicago soccer scene after living in California for a few years. And once I heard about Edgewater Castle, it was like I could not get away from it.
Yeah.
It was like everywhere.
It's like, why? Yeah.
Everyone had either played for Edgewater Castle before, knew what it was.
Yeah.
I would hear about it at the fire pitch all of the time. Natalie literally just told me one day, like, hey, like, ran into me at the fire pitch and was like, try out for this team.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. And here we are.
Natalie needs to be, like, the unofficial Edgewater recruiter. Like, everyone has those stories. Like, who did she chase down on her bike?
Wait.
Molly.
Molly P?
S.
Oh, my God.
She,
Molly
like,
Saran?
Yeah. She, like, chased her down on her bike after a game, and then Molly showed up. That's so awesome.
That's what I mean. It's like this unwavering love for this club that
I love
is
it.
so funny to me because it's like it did start at very grassroots, like playing in Sunday leagues, like leagues that I played in my whole life during the summer that were just no big deal.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we join this club and, like, you have this insane social media presence with like video cameras and photographers
Yes.
at all your practices and games, which automatically just makes you feel more
For sure.
professional.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the community around Edgewater Castle is it should be studied.
Yeah, which and that's why I think like it was only natural going into this season, you know, again, rewind a year ago, to make sure that because the women's team, although like it was always a good vibe, like it was kind of, it really needed to be nurtured, I think.
We couldn't find our identity.
Exactly. And I think that that's kind of was, again, more, we haven't even talked soccer yet.
What?
You know, like
What's soccer?
the whole thing is that we wanted it to be just a good experience.
Yes.
And so that was, how it really started. And honestly, my goal in last year, jumping into things.
I noticed a very distinct shift at tryouts.
Yeah.
Where I was like, holy crap, I think I might be getting too old for this.
No.
Because
never.
Lucy Tang
Oh, yeah.
absolutely left me out to dry. I had not touched a ball in like weeks maybe, and that's a long time for me. And I came to these tryouts. It was in January, I believe, and it was in this prestigious
Oh my gosh.
Northwestern campus looking over the lake.
Oh my gosh.
And suddenly we had all of these young D1, D2, D3 players that were like currently playing.
Yeah.
And just absolutely running us into the ground.
They were really good.
And I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
what is happening? How did we come to this point?
I know.
But in like a really good way.
Oh, yeah. And there was a lot of people there.
So many people.
So many.
So how do you think we got there? And I mean, we're going to talk about the future after we cover this, but like, how do you think we have started to create that environment? And I know you had a huge hand in it.
Well, I think, and I think this will continue as we talk about future. I think it's really just been by word of mouth from the players within. And so the more players have done really well, then they've kind of shared it with their friends. And you spoke a little bit about social media. I think that the club does a really great job at being,
I do.
At the media presence. And that's something that is also, I think, different from other clubs that are running things over the summer. And so I do think it was, some of those things, I think this past year now to see it, we're looking at tryout numbers and even the conversations that I have with people, because before it was like, where are you coaching? Edgewater? Now people know like what Edgewater is a little bit. And, so I think that it really has just been a lot of good experiences, and then being able to share that with people. And now all of a sudden, there's interest, and then we do well, and, it's kind of just been a natural snowball.
Tell me about the coaching staff that you chose for this summer. From last summer, sorry.
Yeah.
Summer 2025.
Yeah. So it's funny you mentioned this, that like people, you are an example that once you get in, you kind of have a hard time leaving.
Yeah. They just sink their little teeth
Yes.
in.
And it's kind of interesting like how these conversations came about when I was starting to have these trying to decide who our staff was going to be. And one by one, going through, and, it started with Chris. I actually didn't get to see her as a player, but I've heard nothing but crazy things of what a player
Chris
she was.
Bose
Yeah.
is one of the dirtiest players. And like, not like dirty will like follow you, like the dirtiest players.
Yeah.
She played with us last season, and this woman scored so many goals, so many assists, and is just like absolutely fell in love with her.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, she got injured.
Yes. And then it was more like Andrew was like, yeah, we got to keep this girl involved in the club. And I didn't know her. And honestly, her and I set up a phone call, and we were on the phone like probably 30 minutes longer than we had planned. And we were on the same page of everything. And
that's
just
how
the
you know.
mindset. Yeah. And just our mindset and the way that, I was like, this is how I coach. Basically, like, this is my mindset. This is how I approach things. What do you got? And she just, we were just the exact same in terms of like philosophy and mindset and all of those things. And, she comes from a really high level. So I knew that was a good, would be a good thing to add to the staff, and her mindset and being a former player. I was like, cool, we're in, and then kind of similar things with both Natalie and Flower, just kind of naturally, naturally fell into those conversations with them as well. And, Flower actually was injured. She was at tryouts, and she, all of a sudden she's got like a clipboard and is like writing things out. I'm like, can you help? Because there's a lot of people here. Like, can you give me some thoughts? And she sends me like the most detailed Excel spreadsheet or whatever. And
Flower.
I was like, you're in. You want to coach? Like, it was like, it was so awesome. And like, then like what she was able to
she coaches too
she does.
Chicago Fire.
Yes. And then Natalie, same kind of thing.
Yes.
Her and I have always, she's just so eloquent with the way that she speaks and very professional and obviously it has a lot of fun and all the things, but like she knows Edgewater. She gets it. She's been a player. So I really think the combination has been really awesome to have, and they're all former players. So I think
Lucy.
that really, yeah. Well, Lucy Clark.
Yes.
Yeah, she's not a coach.
Tell us about Lucy Clark and how she ended up being in the spot that she is this last season.
Yeah, so Lucy is my one of my assistants at North Park, and she is somebody that oh my gosh, like there's no words.
I'm having trouble with it myself.
But she is the most insane keeper, and like I mean, there's so many good keepers, so many good shot stoppers, but like she has this presence that like she may never, we could be winning 8-0 and Lucy's there.
I know.
And so anyway, the way that she came about this, because we were joking, at North Park, like we joke because Coco, my other assistant, and Lucy, they both can play. Like, they're just good players. And, I'm like, should you coach with me? Do you want to play? And then Lucy finally was like, all right, like, I'll play.
There was a very real will she, won't she?
Yeah.
And Lucy started training with us.
Yeah.
And that was her first mistake. If she didn't want to play, then she should not have ever played with us.
She came to practice. And she came to practice and she ran the fitness test.
Oh my God. Let's not talk about that.
There was no warning. And she looks at me. I was like, you don't have to do this. Because she wasn't on the team. And she showed up and because she was just helping us out. We didn't have any keepers. And she was like, no, I'm running it. Ran the fitness test. Is dying.
Dying is an understatement.
And then goes, and then I'm like, okay, you can like be done. And then she continues and then is just like making the nastiest saves all practice. And you all are like, who is that?
She was literally throwing up and then turned around and gotten the goal and was making these insane saves.
And then 3 or 4 people are like, who is that? I was like, just trust me. Like, just, and so then it took like maybe a couple weeks. And then finally I was like, you should play.
Emma, I was our center back this season.
Yes.
One of our center backs.
Yes.
With my BFF, Sky.
Yeah.
I love her so much. I love her so much.
I know.
Lucy Clark has bailed me out of so many things. And I have never felt more safe and secure in my life than with that girl behind me.
I know.
She was broken like half of
gosh.
the championship game, which we have not even talked about soccer. Hang on.
Yeah, we'll
get there. She did not stop.
No, she doesn't.
I fouled someone in the box and had a PK and she still saved the PK or something. I don't
talk
remember.
about that.
But like she just it's so hard for me to put into words how much
I know.
She has meant to the team. And like I do, like I saw her as like a coach player, coach, whatever.
She just has that natural ability to like make people. And it's not in a way that is like I'm better than you. It's just she is definitely a leader by just example of who she is on the field, and makes people feel very valued and respected and all of that. And so in turn, people just respect her and value her as well.
100%.
And she just proves it on the field too, like just by who she is.
And she's also like the funniest person.
She's so
ever.
funny.
I just love her so much. I love forcing her to drink Malort. It's my favorite thing to do. Anyways, there's like obviously we went through so much this last season.
Yeah.
I don't know what to focus on specifically, and I think you and I, like, again, I'm not well versed in like the soccer world as far as like leagues go.
Yeah.
And so I think we were just like winging it.
Yeah.
Most of
We
the
just
time.
kept winning.
And I just think, like, as things progressed, like, I would ask you, like, what changed, but I don't think anything changed. We didn't really approach anything differently at all in the season, even as we started progressing further and further than we had ever progressed as a club.
Right. It got to a point where, you know, at the beginning of every season of any team, you try different things, different formations, you change different players around. But then the second something clicked for us and we just started, because our scrimmages, it's not like we were destroying people. You know, it took a little bit for us to find our groove. Luckily, us finding our groove, we were still winning. But I do think there was a shift in, like, once we found our groove of, like, we found the formation and the, you know, the players, the way, the combinations that things would work. It was kind of like, for us as coaches, like, if it's not broke, don't, you know, break it.
Yeah.
And then I think that really just allowed us to just get comfortable. And it's not a long season. It's not like there's, you know, yeah, I mean, it's not long. So
we trained, I feel like, as much as we played.
Yes, exactly.
Like, preseason was almost as long as our actual season, maybe?
Yeah, I don't even know.
I don't really know. Time is non-existent.
We just kept playing and kept winning.
Yeah. I mean, I felt I was nervous as things progressed, but, like, it never felt out of reach.
Right. No. And anytime, like, there was a couple of games that someone would score, like, we would be down. And
we came back so many times.
And I agree with you. Like, I never was really that nervous just because the confidence I had in the team and the players on the team and that we could actually get it done. And that was a really comforting feeling that, you know, I felt, it was honestly, you know, I hadn't had that feeling before as a coach, really. I mean, it was very comforting because we just had such a great team and so many talented players. And so it was one of those things, like, we're down 1-0. I'm like, no problem. Like, we will get that back, you know? And
that's so crazy because I also had that same feeling.
Yeah.
And I also had never felt that about a team.
Yeah.
It's really hard to stay mentally locked in in a game when you go down.
Yeah.
It just is really hard.
It is.
To have the belief that you can not only tie it, but, like, pull ahead.
Right.
Never once.
Yeah.
Having Jocelyn up top.
Oh, my gosh.
Was I ever worried that we were going to score some
right?
goals.
Right.
God, what a time. What a time. And then the championship game. The championship, I guess, tournament.
Yeah, tournament, yeah.
Walk us through that weekend. Was it just one weekend? Yeah, it was. It was back-to-back games.
Was it? Like,
remember we were trying to figure out when we should play? It was like Friday and Sunday.
Yeah, he's nodding yes.
Yeah. Which is crazy because, again, like, some of us are 30 in our 30s.
Yeah.
So playing that Friday and Sunday was, like, no joke, and it was
not. It was a lot.
Cold outside.
Yeah. No, it was very hot.
It was so hot.
It was very hot. Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, I guess all season, like you said, we just kept winning and we just kind of stuck to the way that we were playing before. I will say, like, going into championship weekend, we were a little bit like, okay, well, we've completely dominated our region or whatever. It's not conference, right? It's like region.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway, our region. And, so we were like, okay, that's great. Like, if it isn't broken, don't break it. But then at the same time, there is value in, like, switching things up because teams then they start scouting you and actually, like, I really do believe that there's value to staying true to who you are, but then also, like, keeping teams on your toes. And so we did. You know, honestly, it's been so long, I can't remember exactly, but I do know that, like, going into that weekend, I was like, all right, we need to make some adjustments and at least do something different to make sure that we can stay competitive and not be predictable. And so I think that's kind of the approach I probably, you know, had is stay true to who we are as a team, which I felt was very. And the way that I like to coach is I like to be very possession based. And, you know, we like to play out of the back. We're playing back to you. And then having Lucy again, like being able to play back to our keeper and playing out of the back and finding that possession balanced with, you know, Lo sees a long ball, she's going to do it, right? And that's always, you know, if there's an opportunity, let's do it. And so staying true to that piece and that core identity while also then saying, okay, let's switch things up. Can we, you know, change somebody that was on the right side, put them on the left side, or, you know, or find new ways to break lines and things like that, I think was kind of the challenge.
I think that spoke so much to the depth that we had on our team.
Oh my gosh, the depth, yeah.
Our bench was so deep.
Yeah.
Like any single person on the team could be starting at any
100%,
point
yeah.
on the field. And it's also a huge strength that we had is during summer leagues, people have jobs, they have family commitments, they can't come. You lose like a really important player on the field, but we always had someone that could step in and absolutely kill it.
Yeah.
And there's really, I mean, that speaks to like the people that were showing up to be there.
Right.
But also you guys on like tactically always problem solving for us.
Yeah. It is such a good thing to be so deep like that, but it is a challenge because the decision making is not easy sometimes. But yeah, being able to we're not in a flow. I always felt like we had somebody that could just jump right in to then kickstart the energy or like, restart something or, try and we're not finding success on the right side. Here we go. Here's someone new. And like, here we go. And so I felt like that was something that we always had. And that is because of the depth and the talent that we had on this team was, never ending. Like we really,
Lucy needed to be covered at some point.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And the girls that we had that stepped in for Lucy were incredible.
Ava is how old?
Oh my gosh.
15.
She's young. No, I think, yeah.
Literally young. 15 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Stepping in and playing in humongous games, which was just like,
what a good experience, though. That she could play with you guys and, really step up when we needed her. And yeah, so I can't even, begin to name all the players on the team and just how proud I am of all of them for really being able to, step into what a fun summer to be able to be a part of this. And whether you were somebody that started or came on the bench or, just trained with us, there's a lot of girls that even just like trained with us. I really felt like they had a part in it, and just all the hard work and, giving us that commitment was all we really asked for.
It was a very cheesy, beautiful moment.
It was.
Like, I am taking a step back from the club as a player and to have that be like the memory that's going to stick in my brain is like holding that trophy that whole season.
Yeah.
I scored in the championship game, which I don't ever score.
That was so epic.
I'm like, I'm good. Like I've had such a tumultuous experience with soccer my whole life. And this has like just healed my inner child.
Oh, I'm so happy.
And like, I will never, ever be completely out of this club. Like we said.
Yeah.
But I just want to say like, genuinely, you being my coach has also helped heal a lot of my inner child because it's just like coaching is such a high important honor.
Yeah.
You have so many lives and brains and like in your care.
Yeah.
And you do just an incredible job, and
Thank you.
I feel so lucky that we got to work with you.
Yeah.
And I apparently had to wait 30-something years of my life for that to happen, but I'm glad that it happened now.
Thank you. I'm glad. I'm so glad too. And you guys, you were all very receptive and welcoming, and that was the whole reason I wanted to be here is because, honestly, like you and a lot of the OG, I call you guys OGs.
Old people.
The OGs that were just made it so like inviting and exciting. And, I think about like you pulling up with music and like, I remember when I first showed up, I was like, okay, we're like just like having a time.
Always a speaker in hand.
Always. But no, thank you for just being so supportive and,
always
welcoming
always.
And accepting of my crazy ideas.
Of course. So like moving forward,
yeah.
The club's been promoted.
Yes.
The women's side has been promoted to USLW.
Mm-hmm.
I'm correct with that, right?
Yeah.
USLW.
Yeah.
We were just in the UWS.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Logistically?
Yeah.
As far as information that you have so far,
Yeah.
and I know there's going to be things that are rolling in as we have all these changes.
Yeah.
What does that all mean for the club?
It's a whole new it's a whole new game. I mean, it is really just like one step forward. I think this club has all the potential and promise to go ahead and go be a professional club. And I think that this is just one more step closer to that goal for the club. Not only just our team, but just, the club in general. It's a huge honor because we really just absolutely destroyed the UWS.
I know.
And, the UWS is already a very respected league, and there's a lot of talent there. So that's it's nothing there. It was very competitive, and it wasn't easy by any means. But I do think that moving forward, we're not only going to, it's a responsibility on us as coaches and players to level up ourselves, but I also think now we're going to attract a whole new breed of players that, come from those high levels and are looking for that high level experience, and knowing we can provide that. And so I think what it does is it really opens up, that whole new chapter that we don't really know. We're going to step into it, but I do know that we are going to continue. As I said before, we're going to balance staying true to who we are and who we have been and what has worked, while also leveling up. And so trying to find that balance of, new changes being different and leveling up, but also let's just be who we've always been.
Have fun.
Yes.
So logistically, we're expanding. We're going to be traveling more.
Yeah. So what I know is that we'll travel more. I mean, the USLW is not just within our region.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be more travel.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly the number of games, how that changes.
Okay. So consider this your pitch. If you're thinking about, I was going to say auditioning for Edgewater Castle. If you're considering trying out for Edgewater Castle women's side,
yeah,
we're going to be in the USLW next season. Are there going to be any other avenues for being involved in the club?
If it were up to me, I want to make it as Edgewater is such a awesome community. I want it to be available to as many people that are interested. So, if we have 100 people that want to be on Edgewater, we're not going to shut the door to 75 of them just because we want this one team. So I think it's more just we're just going to kind of roll with whatever interest we get and kind of go from there. So I think the answer is yes, there's always an opportunity to be involved in Edgewater. But again, of course, with specific parameters, there'll be tryouts and, it'll be pretty, I think the competition will be pretty difficult for USLW.
I literally cannot imagine.
It'll be very competitive. I do think that. But I don't want that to discourage anyone either, because I think, there's always an option of potentially a UWS team, and, who knows how this club can expand and grow. I think that is really just the goal and heart of everyone within Edgewater, is to blow this thing up as much as possible. So
the more the merrier.
Yeah.
We're about community. We've been built on inclusivity since the very beginning. So if there's one thing I've learned about this club is that there's always a way to be involved.
Yeah.
If you want to be involved, you will be involved.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that you guys just had your first round of tryouts. Is there another chance to try out?
Yes. The second tryout will be in January 10th at Northwestern. Always a fun opportunity to be there. So yeah, there's that. And then, we always like to say, for especially college players that have film, or, maybe even not college players, if you have film, you can always reach out and, let us know you're interested, and we get back to people when we can.
Okay. Door is always open, you guys. Yeah. Emma's quite literally the most approachable person alive, if you did not get that from this podcast interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for answering all of our questions.
You're quite a natural at podcast hosting.
Stop it. I'm really, really so excited to see and watch the club, the team, just exponentially grow.
Yeah.
I know you will not take any of the credit for it, but you have just, from my own experience, been such an instrumental part of that growth. So we're really lucky and excited to have you. And
thanks, Lo.
Don't ever leave us again.
Basically, don't get pregnant again.
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to discourage it.
More babies.
More babies. And you know what? We have a great coaching staff to
Yeah.
support you that can step in at any time if you need to have more beautiful babies, Emma.
Thanks, Lo.
Love you.
Love you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.